The new moon on November the 23rd brings with it an energetic release. And how beautiful is that? Right before Thanksgiving for everyone that's in the United States, we're getting this beautiful energetic release to really let go of a lot of the stuff that has been coming up to the surface over these last few weeks. Now you will notice that there's definitely a shift in energy about with this new moon. And in this video today, I want to share with you the 5 key things that I think you should know about this particular new moon on November 23rd so you can really make the most of it. The first key thing here that I want you to know is that there's truly an opportunity right now to release a lot of that old stuff that no longer serves you in order to really open yourself up to the newness, the new experience that are just waiting to come in. We need to let go of all the old first before we can open ourselves up to receive anything new. So if you've been hoping that something new comes into your life, but you haven't really done your work to release whatever is holding you back from really allowing that, now you really have that opportunity to do so. You may feel somewhat of an inner tug of war because this new moon energy is really assisting us for that energetic release. Now, the reason why you may be feeling this inner tug of war is because a part of you may be afraid of letting things go because you've been used to this for so long. You kind of want to hold on to it, and you're probably doing this unknowingly. But there may be this tug of war going on because a part of you wants to hold on to the old, the comfortable, the known, and not quite ready to release. So there is somewhat of that inner turmoil that can be going on right now. And I want to invite you to become aware. What is going on? What are you feeling? And then also you can tune in to see what are you not yet ready to let go of, because sometimes certain things we're not ready to release because they're serving us in some way. Whether it's a certain fear or a certain belief or doubts, they're keeping you safe in a way. Even though you may want to break through, but if you're not quite ready to let them go, that's because they're still serving you in a way. So here I want to invite you to maybe tune in on or around the new moon to check in with yourself to see, well, what is happening here? What am I feeling? What is coming to the surface? What do I want to do moving forward? But where am I maybe holding myself back? And then see, am I now ready to let that go? You can ask yourself, am I now ready, willing, and able to release that, to let that go? If at any point you're getting somewhat of a negative feeling, whether it's like a tenseness or a heavy feeling or anything like that, where maybe even somewhat of a no about being able, ready, and willing. Because you need to be able and ready and willing to let certain things go. And if at any point you're getting somewhat of a no, you may want to tune in. Well, how is this still serving me? How is it serving me to keep holding on to this? Because when you have the awareness, then you can do something about it. Well, maybe you're realizing that, well, I'm actually afraid of letting it go because, well, then I have to move forward, things like that. You can then go a little deeper. Well, why are you really afraid? What is really at the core of it? What is the core belief, the core fear that you have around this? And then do some work around that. So get clear on what are you not yet ready to release. And then also, what are you now ready to release? What are you now ready to let go of? Here, ideally, I want to invite you to do some journaling about that. As you're thinking about anything that may be holding you back right now, or really just tuning in and opening yourself up, what is asking to be acknowledged right now? Really opening yourself up to that, and then just allow whatever wants to come to the surface, allow it to come up without judgment. But right now, you really have this beautiful opportunity to release a lot of that old stuff. Like I said, it may cause somewhat of an inner turmoil, especially when you're realizing that certain things you want to let go of, but you're kind of stuck with it for right now. Then here you really want to just send love to it. Whatever you're not ready to let go of, just send love and gratitude to it, and then see if that may loosen up that tightness around it and the restriction around it. But a lot is now at offer here. A lot of releasing is at offer here to let go of the old in order to open ourselves up for the newness that is just waiting for us to be ready for that. And then the second key thing here is that, with this releasing, there's also the greater insights that can be gained. As you're tuning in, you're then becoming more aware of any blocks, any resistance, any small-minded thinking, anything that's really holding you back, because this new one is really all about the energetic release. But in order to release certain things, we have to receive insights first. And that is an offer right now too. With this new moon energy, it's really an offer for us to get the insights that we really need to move forward. Because if you don't know what's holding you back, well, you have no choice. You can't do nothing about it. But when you gain the insights, you have the awareness. And if you're doing it without judgment, without feeling bad or being upset about it, but really welcoming in those insights, that gives you power, because that gives you a choice. With insights comes awareness. With awareness comes power, because then you have the power to choose to do something about it. Whether it's then going a little deeper to find out, well, what is at the core of this, or to do some healing around it. And sometimes just simply having the awareness can be enough to release that, to let that go. When you're becoming aware of maybe that you're feeling upset about certain things, you have that awareness, and then deep down in a way you're choosing that I don't want to be upset about this no more. Even though you may not be actually literally doing anything about to healing it, but just the awareness and making that different choice can be enough to let it go. But now these insights can truly be gained that will assist you in uncovering, well, what is still holding you back? What are you still holding on to? What is now ready to be released? Because I truly believe whatever comes to the surface comes up for a reason. It wants to make itself known. It wants to acknowledge it and then do something about it. Because I truly believe whatever comes up is coming up to be released. It's coming up because it's ready to be released. Otherwise, it wouldn't come up. That is my belief. So here, you may welcome any things that are coming up, because, like I said, with awareness comes the power of choice. If you don't have the awareness, well, you don't have a choice. You can't do nothing about it. It's just there. And you are powerless because you just don't know. So welcome in any insights that you're gaining. Now, ideally, keep a journal handy. Write down any insights. You may all of a sudden get those feelings that are trying to get your attention. When you are feeling not okay, tune in to see, well, what's going on here? What am I feeling here? What triggered that? What's at the core of that? Really be that investigator to investigate what is at the core. That is so powerful, so beautiful, because that will then give you the opportunity to really release that, which is at offer right now. Right now, you're really having this beautiful choice or this beautiful opportunity to release a lot of the stuff that you don't need anymore, right? So stop carrying all that weight that you don't need to carry with you anymore. Which brings me to the third key thing here is that, well, you have that also that inner feeling that that weight is lifted off your shoulder. And what I just mentioned, let go of that weight, because then you're feeling lighter as well, because you let go of all that baggage that you have been carrying around with you. You will feel more relaxed, more at ease. So tune into this energy, allow the release to happen, because it will make you feel so much lighter. That also shifts your vibration as well. You will vibrate higher. You will shine your light more brightly, because it's not overshadowed by all that stuff that has been holding you back, weighing you down. And wouldn't you like to let go of all the stuff that you don't need anymore? I mean, why carry around all the baggage from the past and the fears and the doubts and all that stuff if it's only holding you back from really stepping into your power and really doing the things that you deep down know you are meant to do, that you even maybe want to do? So let go of that. Then you will have that inner feeling, that inner sense that the weight is finally lifted off your shoulders. So let it go. You don't need it no more. Get rid of it. And then the fourth key thing here is that you will also then, your inner voice will grow louder, where you will feel that reassurance coming from within that everything is going to be all right. All is well. Even though you may have no idea how to move forward, maybe your life is still not where you want it to be. Maybe you're still experiencing hardship and challenges, but somewhat deep down, you know that even though you don't have the answers yet, you just know it's all going to be all right. I mean, this year has been intense in so many different ways. So life transformative, and there's so much growth that happened this year. And now we're really at that point, this new moon energy is really giving you that inner sense of everything is going to be all right. I mean, you've made it through all these past couple of years that have not been easy in so many levels. And you will know, you will have that inner knowing now that everything is going to be all right. You will also have that somewhat of that inner calmness coming over you, that even though you may not know all the answers, and you won't ever know all the answers, but you still have that inner calmness, that inner knowing that you are all right, you are right where you're meant to be, and everything is going to work out. And since that's that inner voice, the voice of soul, you will also receive more of that insights. You will hear it more clearly as well. And right now, it's more so that reassurance that everything is going to be all right. Because as you're experiencing that release, that energetic release, it can cause some more fear mode, right? Some fear, some internal fear, some worry, because so much is happening internally that you may not even understand. But as you allow yourself to really listen more closely, to listen to that inner voice, you will then hear that everything is going to be all right. What you're experiencing right now is happening for a reason. It's happening to your highest and greatest good. So just allow it to happen. Allow yourself to listen more closely. And then the fifth key thing here is that with all the release that's happening, all that newness that is ready to come in, you will also feel somewhat of a new excitement within you, that excitement for your life, for yourself, for your path, for moving forward, for everything. Just that excitement is kind of bubbling up from within, which also brings about somewhat of an ease as well, because you're so excited. You just know something big is about to happen. I mean, have you felt that lately, that something is just about to shift, like something big is about to happen? Now, I've been feeling this for a little while now, actually, since the eclipse season happened. I really felt this shift, that something is about to unfold, something big is about to happen. And I want to invite you to tune into that excitement, really tune it up a little bit more. Get excited for your path, because for one, with this release, you're no longer weighed down by all that stuff that's been holding you down or holding you back, all that negative energy that was pent up within you. There's so much release happening right now. It's really freeing you. And then you can tune into that excitement. I really want to invite you, get excited. Get excited for that next step in your life, that next phase for your life, because something is about to shift. Something big is about to shift in your life that you may have been waiting for quite some time now. But there's definitely going to be also a sense of excitement that can be felt right now with all that is happening with this new moon. So here are the 5 key things. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some clarity. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. Maybe leave me a comment below. Let me know, what are you now excited about? And can you feel that something big is coming? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. But now, the way you can make the most out of this beautiful energy, this beautiful release, is that I want to invite you, take some time out on or around the new moon. And I mean, we here in the United States, we're going to have some time off anyways with Thanksgiving. And it may be a busy time for you, especially if you have a big family and you're preparing Thanksgiving. But I really want to invite you, take some time out to really tune in and allow this release to unfold. Take some time to meditate, to journal. Tune in to see what no longer fits, what is now ready to be released. Even get some clarity of what are you maybe resisting to release, and tune in a little bit more. Lean into that resistance to see, well, why am I holding on to that? And just choose to let it go. Do something about it. Because like I said, with awareness comes the power of choice. You can do something about it, but you need to become aware first. And that requires time to go within, to really tune in and connect and allow the messages to come to the forefront. And then set some new intentions for how do you want 2022 to end. I mean, we still have a few more weeks to go before this year is over. Set some intentions. How do you want the rest of this year to go? And then also already think ahead, 2023. What do you want to call forth? What do you want to experience? What is the core theme that you want to really embody for next year? Set some intentions. You may want to call it goals or intentions, visions, desires, whatever you want to call it, but get some clarity of how do you want to really have that future vision for 2023. Set some intentions for that already, and you can always adjust them. But for right now, just get some clarity around how you want 2022 to end, and then also starting 2023. What are your intentions for that new year? And if you want some guidance around what is to your highest and greatest good, how to move forward, what you're meant to do, maybe you're at the point right now that you say you want 2023 to really be a life where you're living your life purpose, then maybe consider my Akashic Record readings. I have different readings where I can give you guidance, whether it's about your life purpose, about financial abundance, about who you are at soul level, or if you want to find a loving partner, anything like that. There's a link in the description below that takes you to my website with all the different readings, so you can choose what feels in alignment with you, if that is what you're looking for, if that is what resonates with you. And because of the holiday season, my readings, they are on special right now. So take advantage of that if that is what you're looking for. If you're really looking for insights and guidance, link is in the description below. Take advantage of the special right now. But I would definitely be honored to be your guide to give you some insights into your Akashic Records. But I really hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're here in the United States, and also a new moon. Take some time to really go within. But also be sure to check out this next video here about how to align yourself to your new soul's template, to your highest path, to really stay in alignment with who you are. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.